France has now voted to abolish the Code Noir, a colonial-era slavery law that dated all the way back to the 1600s. And whilst many are saying this is a historic moment, one major question immediately comes to mind: why did it survive this long in the first place? Because slavery itself was abolished by France in 1848, yet the legal framework tied to that horrific colonial system technically remained in existence until now. That alone tells you a great deal about how uncomfortable many Western nations still are when discussing their own dark chapters of history. And this is not unique to France. Across much of the Western world, there has often been an attempt to soften, avoid, rewrite, or simply sweep under the carpet the atrocities connected to colonialism and the slave trade. But the reality is simple. Populations of the present and future should be educated about past atrocities so they are never repeated. History is not about making children feel guilty for existing. It is about understanding. It is about empathy. It is about recognizing how certain systems shape the modern world we live in today. We even see this debate taking place in America right now, where books and historical narratives are increasingly challenged or banned under the argument that discussing these truths somehow makes future generations uncomfortable. But education about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation is not an attack on ordinary people living today. It is simply an acknowledgement of historical reality. And this is where the wider geopolitical angle becomes important. France in particular has seen growing resentment in parts of Africa in recent years. Several African nations have distanced themselves politically and militarily from France because many feel the old colonial mentality never fully disappeared. The belief among some is that influence and control simply evolved into newer forms. Now personally, I believe if former colonial powers truly wish to move forward positively, then the answer is not endless arguments or symbolic politics alone. The answer is partnership. Real economic partnership, real educational investment, real opportunity. Because when reparations are discussed, many immediately think of cash handouts. But perhaps the best form of reparation is creating opportunity for regions that historically had opportunity taken from them, helping develop infrastructure, helping strengthen education, helping support economic growth, helping create long-term self-sufficiency. That would be a far more meaningful apology than simply pretending the past never happened. And that is why this vote in France matters symbolically. It is an acknowledgement that some parts of history were horrific and should never be hidden away. But the bigger question now becomes, will deeper conversations follow? Or will this simply remain a symbolic gesture with no real wider change attached to it? Only time will tell. This has been the JR Voice. Stay tuned for more unpacking of global headlines.